in this, I'll keep it as form1 html.html. Okay. And then I'll also keep form1 js.js if it is required. Okay, done. What is this? Okay, form1 style dot css. Form1 html. So in this, what we will have to keep form1 style, and here also form1 js. Okay, done. So now everything we need to write within this body. Okay. Done. So first, let us try to understand what we exactly want to create, and then accordingly we will try to develop this form. Okay. So the first step is, okay, when you have to create a form, always remember you need to start from the form tag only. Okay, so there is something which is known as a form tag. Okay, so here you will be able to see, just a minute, wait, I will just show you once. I can explain it, but yeah, directly I'll once. Okay, so here you see, simple, I just wanted to explain you. So this is something which is known as a form tag. Okay, automatically in this form tag, lot of input elements we can give. Okay, we can give lot of input elements. So like this, automatically the kind of a form we will get. Okay, so and also when we add few things, it will be like little bit, it will show it a very proper way. Okay, it looks good because by default it will have some style within it. Okay, it won't look something in a different way, it will look little bit proper way. Okay, so we will try to understand how we can do this part. Okay, so this one they are doing it in a different way, so little bit I will explain. Fine, everyone, like that directly form we will get rather than separately giving all the things. So we can go ahead with this one. So under this form, okay, what we will try to give is, let's give for the username, password, like that, each and everything we will add. Okay, first input for the username. Just a minute, yeah. Input tag I am using. Okay, what should be the first thing? It should be the text, right? So first thing is the input. Input type equals to text. And within this, we have something no abstract styles. We need to give something like a form control. Okay, I'll show this to you. Wait. Let us open Bootstrap. See here. Can you see how properly this is coming? Form control. Can you see this one? See this outline from here to here. There is a lot of difference between these two, right? There is a lot of difference between this one and this one. See the outline or something, everything is looking so good, right? Yes or no, people? Okay. So this is how we wanted to give. Okay, the form. This is how we wanted to give here. Fine. So for that purpose, we use this. Okay, form properly. So as if now I am giving only one class, that is a form control. Okay, we can add other things as well. Fine. So now let us add for the input. We should also add the label rather than giving the heading or something. When you give a username, it has to automatically understand that okay, this field, whatever is giving, the label for it is username. So it has to identify this only. What we will use for that? We will use the label tag, right? Okay, we will use the label, and label is what? The username. Okay. Previously also we did, but that was simple, a static page like that. We didn't use any kind of bootstrap styles and all. We haven't used anything. Okay. So like this I am using. Fine. And you can give some ID for this input field. Okay. So let me consider this as username. Okay. I'm considering this as a username. And okay. So in the same manner, for this username, whatever we are specifying, we have to say for. We will use for attribute. Yes or no for label? We'll use for attribute. For attribute is for what? For the username. Okay, whatever the ID that you give here, the same thing I am specifying over here for username. For username, we are providing this part. Okay, so the label is for the username. Fine. So done up to this. In a second. Let us just try to run this. Okay, are we getting it right? The username as well as this one. Okay. So in this way we are getting. So we need to add it little bit in a proper way. But yeah, we can try. So this is one thing. Fine. So now what we will do for this username and this one, we can add some div, right? We can add some div and then say okay. So like this we can do it, and then we can give whatever the styles we want, right? Like a class equals to container. Okay, so then we will get it like this. Okay, like this side and this side we will get some space. Then we will get this form. Okay, when you give this as a container. Fine. So now not just username, we want even few more things also, right? So maybe we want, after that we also want it to be going little down. So we want the margin bottom, or else you give something like this, M2. It will come little bit in this way. Okay. So it will add some space, but as well as now as we have given this margin, now accordingly it is taking like this. Okay. So how you want, you can do it. If you want to edit this, you want to reduce this also, you can reduce it by adding the CSS style. However you want, you can do it. Okay. But this is one thing. Fine. So username like this. And in the same manner, okay, not just username. We also want few more things, right? What is it? The password, everything. All those things we want. So I am adding one more thing also here, which is the password. Let's keep this type equals to password, because we have lot of input elements, right? Out of that, one is type equals to text, type equals to password, type equals to checkbox, radio, right? Lot of things are there. So out of that, I'm going with this. Fine. Password and ID, I will consider it as user password. Okay, and this also I'm giving it as user password. Fine. So we have taken this. So why I am explaining is because I want to show few things. Okay, done. Username we got even the password as well. Okay, two things we got. Now, next, what else we have? Okay, we can have even the radio button, right? Like a gender, for gender purpose, we can have this radio button as well. It says male or female, right? So that also we want. So for gender, right? Let us give again one more thing over here, which will say it as a gender basically. What should be the type? Radio means you know, right? Round button. Everybody? Yes? Do you know or not what is meant by radio? Everyone, please respond. Yeah. So now for this form is not required. So I will remove this class equals to form control. Okay? Because it is simply a radio button, right? So for that form control is not required. So I have removed it. So input type equals to radio. So and then here we can specify male or female like that. Okay. I'm taking this as a female ID. So for that radio button, it should show like female. In the same manner, we have one more thing as well. That is male, right? So I will consider this as male ID. So label for male ID. So now I have given this, it is okay. So now let us once try to run this. So can you see we got, okay, female and female like this. Okay, now when I am clicking on this one, both are like selecting of it only to get selected. So we don't want both to get selected, right? Yes, people.
Oh.
Field. Okay, because any one of it only should get selected. The gender, any one of it only should get selected. So we need to specify this name field also within the input. Okay, and here like this. Okay, now you see I have saved it. Okay, either this one or this one it will be selected. Okay, people, clear? You need to add this name. Okay, this attribute, when you add it, what will happen? Both things should be same. That means either it is recognizing this one or it is recognizing this one. It should not be different again. Both should be same. Is this clear, all of you? Have you understood? Okay. Okay. You can go for this one. Getting? See here. And wait. I will also add a label for this. Select a city, I'll keep. Okay, now you can check it over here. Okay, see. So now you can select whatever the things you want. So this is for what? To select the options. Wait, for this again, I have to place all these things within a container only. Or else what I will do, at once I will add one container. Form group I'll keep. Wait. From here only we need to just select and then add it. Form group I'll keep. Wait. That would be better. When you add a form group, it looks so good. Wait. Rather than the container, I'll say form group for each and everything. Okay. Are you following, everyone? People? I'm just taking the bootstrap utilities from there and then I am adding it, nothing else. Okay, when you make it as a form group, then you see again little bit it looks good. Okay, see now it looks so good, right? Yes, everyone, getting my point? All of you, please do respond.
7, 8, 9, 10. Yes.
Yeah, margin little bit big. Here I'll say 4. Okay, then this is proper. So if you want to add a container, you can add it however you want. You can just write it accordingly. So there is no problem at all. You want to add some styles for this username, password, and for all these things, you want to add some background also. However you want. You can just do selecting. For selecting, we have used select tag. Okay. This is a select tag. Within the select tag, we have options. Whatever the different options that you need, you can add all those options. Okay, fine. So like this, the select thing will be there. Nothing, HTML, CSS, all things are very simple. You just need to, you just take one example website and start working on it and try to create it. So while creating only, you should learn. Okay, how to create. In that way only you will explore. You will explore how can I make it so better, how can I make it so better. Okay, even this is also there. You want to add, you can add it, otherwise leave it. Okay, for text area also you will use in this way only. Okay, text area, that means you want to enter some text into it, so then you will specify here. Okay, comments maybe, like that. Okay, so for that we use simply, there is a text area tag. Okay, it will show us or give you the text area. So now you go here and check. So we will get in this way. So some kind of in this way. This into CSS and then you can change it little bit. But I'm assuming that everybody understood this form, right? So from the bootstrap only you will have a lot of things, ma. You can just apply it directly also. So next thing is we will have to add one submit button. Okay, this form must be submitted. As to go to the new line and then say button. Okay, even for button also we have the type, right? What is the type of the button? Submit. Okay, we have something known as type equals to submit. When you do that, automatically it is going to get submitted. Okay. So we want to use some bootstrap properties. What are they? btn primary. Okay, for submitting btn primary we will use, and this thing is to submit the form. Okay, I'm using like this button type equals to submit. Lot of things are there like this. If you explore, lot of things are there, right? So I'm using the bootstrap property now. Fine. So when I do this, okay, we are getting this submit. Even for this also we need to add. So let us just keep this thing within a div. Let us apply class equals to m4. Done. Okay. So like this. It will come, and let us try to decrease because it is going so far. Yeah, now it is looking good. Okay, so this is how we have added. Now let us go with, once after you have clicked on the submit, okay, automatically that whole thing should be submitted, yes or no? Right, everybody? Are you listening? People equals to what? We will say it as a submit form. Okay. When you click on this submit form, it has to check all the details and all everything. Those all things must be added over here. Right. So yes. So now we will go for the JavaScript. Okay. So from here the JavaScript will start. As we have added, now it has to check from where? From the starting onwards, it has to check the username, password, gender, all these details, right? It has to check all this. So now I have given one function, so which is a submit form, right? So submit form means what it has to check, whether first thing, observe here, within the HTML, we have added IDs for all the things, right? Username, password, all this. We need to access them. First, username. Okay, let me try to access the username first. So in order to access the username, let's consider here it as, and one more thing, when we are going with this part, I'm trying to access that part, okay? Document dot get element by ID. Fine. So this is the first step which I've done. Next. Okay, so as we have added this part, so it is fine. Now in the same manner, we need to access the username also, password also, all these things. Okay, let's consider. Okay, or else what we will do, I will declare all these variables first so that it becomes easy for us to understand. Username, what are the different fields are there, all those things I'll just try to declare. User name, user password, right? I'm trying to access all the things, okay? So get element by ID. What is this? Yeah, user name. And in the same manner, password also. Don't get confused or else wait. I'll give it in this way. Ma'am, whether this both should be same or different, again you will ask me for that. So user password element. Document dot get element by ID. Okay, user password. So this is the ID of HTML. Okay, whatever we are giving here, this is the ID which we have given for the HTML element. Okay, right? So now we have access to these three things. First, now we have something known as event listeners. Okay, we have something known as event listeners. What we do is, so if suppose you are not giving any value for the username, what it will say, tell me? See here, generally you think anything, we are not entering the username, let's say, right? Yes, ma. In such cases, if you are not entering username, it has to say like username is required. If you are not entering password, then it has to say like password is required. So how will you make sure that? You can add directly the event listeners, okay? So suppose let's say I will say add event listener. Fine. Now I am giving something which is known as a blur. Okay. So here I'll say it as function of event. This has to be basically enclosed. ఇక్కడ మన function ఇవ్వాలి. This has to be closed here. See here properly. I have added this one over here, and after this function of this event, whatever the event that is happening over there, so based on that it has to give this. Okay, done. Now, so if it is coming out of that or you are not entering anything over there, it has to say like username is required, right? So now for that what we do is, if this particular function, this is an event dot target dot value, if you are not giving anything, okay, if you are not giving like a value, if you are not giving anything, right, then what it has to say, it has to say username required. That means after this username only it has to give. Okay, down to this username only it has to say username required here. Right, so now this we need to access over here. Yeah. Wait, let us try to access this one first. Document dot get element by ID. Okay, so this is what we are giving over here. Message 1. So if it is not there, then what we will do, alert message 1 element dot text content equals to, what we need to say, user name required. Okay, we need to say it like this, username required, and you can also add some style, element dot style dot color equals to red. Okay, In the same manner, even for password also. If password you are not giving, then it has to say password is required. This is alert to message element. Alert message to. Alert to, alert to. Password required. Done. We didn't add any CSS. Directly we did this using JavaScript only. Now let us check. See here. Suppose I am not entering username. Let us save everything all once. People, are you understanding? Everyone, what I am trying to do? Yes or no? Let's say why it is not giving me.